I'm Emily Mashak, and you are listening to Tuned Into NoCo, Town Square Media's show that lets you know what matters in NoCo. I'm talking today with Bryce Weiler, the co-founder of the Beautiful Lives Project and a disability consultant for the Baltimore Orioles.
Hi, Emily. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course. Now, can you just tell me a little bit of background about yourself and your story? How did you get to be where you are today?
I was born 4 months premature with an eye condition called retinopathy of prematurity, which happened because I was either exposed to too much oxygen or too much light when I was in the hospital, which caused the retinas in my eyes to detach. I had the great fortune to be able to sit on the men's basketball bench at the University of Evansville, thanks to the former Aces head men's basketball coach, Marty Simmons, which enabled me to experience sports and to be around college basketball. Also, when I was at Evansville, the individual who was in charge of the student broadcasting station there, Tom Benson, taught me how to commentate games on the radio as a blind sports radio analyst. I have commentated over 150 games on the radio since that point in time in various sports such as college basketball, baseball, soccer, and softball. And after doing all that, I started contacting professional sports teams to see if I could help them make stadiums more accessible and to give people with all disabilities the opportunity to experience sports and to live their dreams.
That is amazing. So cool that you're doing all that. How does it work when you commentate on sports games?
When I commentate games on the radio, I study the style of the play by play broadcaster who I'm commentating with because he or she is the true star of the radio broadcast. So I study their style. If it's a basketball broadcast, I will speak to both teams' coaches before the games. If they're going to have microphones on the baskets, I will go out and shoot free throws on the court before the game to figure out if the rims are loose or tight so I can know how to commentate when a ball bounces off the front rim or the back of the rim. It just adds to the radio broadcast.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. What are the challenges you face in your profession?
People wanting to give me opportunities to do things, whether it's commentating sports on the radio or working as a consultant for teams or even working as a consultant to help companies hire individuals of all disabilities. People sometimes feel nervous to give me opportunities because they do not think I can do whatever it is I'm trying to achieve since I am blind, or sometimes whatever I'm trying to do, such as helping teams make their stadiums more accessible or working with companies to hire individuals of all disabilities for employment. Those jobs and those roles, companies or teams aren't very strictly governed in what they have to do to serve and assist people of all disabilities. So they can just turn me down without any good reason sometimes.
What do you think are some of the roadblocks that make things less accessible in the sports world for the blind community?
I do things for people of all disabilities, people who are blind or people who are in wheelchairs or people who are deaf, people with autism. Sometimes sports teams like to pick one or two or even three groups of people of various disabled groups that they want to concentrate all their programs on. When a team cannot segment what they want to do, they have to do programs for people of all disabilities, even if there may only be three people coming to a sporting event who have that disability. Those three people are important. Imagine if those three individuals were your children, your family, or your friends. You'd want to do everything possible to help them have the best experience.
Right. What do you think is a misconception people have about the disabled community in general?
So often people think that when an individual is blind or deaf or any disability, that they cannot work in a high level job, such as be the CEO of a company or some high level job such as that. They want to keep individuals at low level, entry level jobs forever, and they don't want to move them up through the management structure.
And now you are the co-founder of the Beautiful Lives Project. Can you tell me what that is?
The Beautiful Lives Project is a group that helps people of all disabilities to live their dreams by giving them the opportunity to participate in programs in sports, art, cheerleading, dance, ballet, nature, and many other categories across the country. Our website is www.beautifullives.org. We have chapter presidents who set up events all across the country where people can play on the court with a high school or college basketball team, or perform with a cheerleading team, perform with a dance team, or people can learn how to do art, whether that's painting or sculpture, or people can learn how to experience music, singing or playing musical instruments, or people can experience programs in nature, going to a zoo, experiencing a nature walk. We have chapter presidents in Los Angeles and San Diego, Dallas, Raleigh, North Carolina, and many other places across the country, but none in Colorado. So we're always looking for more chapter presidents. If people would like to email me or call me, we're also trying to find companies to help us through sponsoring events. And anyone can help us through investing in smiles by volunteering at events, by donating. If they want to host an event in our categories, if they have someone who wants to participate in an event, we can help them with all those things, that large plethora of items, whatever it might be that they want to partake in or assist with. My email is bryce@beautifullives.org, BRYCE@beautifullives.org. My phone number is 812-899-5673. 812-899-5673.
That is so awesome. And we would love to have you out here in Colorado. It sounds like such an impactful organization. Do you have any personal stories about how you've seen the Beautiful Lives Project personally impact individuals?
Last year, we served over 3,000 people of all disabilities to help them live their dreams. And it wouldn't be fair to tell you one story over another, but I can say that sometimes at any event, whether it's a quilting event out in Raleigh, North Carolina, or an event where people with disabilities are performing on the court with the Eastern Kentucky dance team, there's always those people who are super excited to take part in the event, whatever that might be. And there's always those people who are hanging back and they're nervous to get out on the court and dance, or they're nervous to start painting and coloring, or they're nervous to go out and swing the baseball bat and to run the bases. So, but both groups coming together, seeing the people that are super excited and then going over and spending time with those people who are nervous and encouraging them to take part in whatever event or program it is that we have on the schedule for the day. Also seeing the lifelong bonds and friendships that come out of these events between the hosts of the events, the participants, the volunteers, and all the individuals that are there, because we want to help people create friendships that can last for a lifetime from these events and programs across the country.
I think that sounds amazing. What would your advice be for people in the disabled community who do feel nervous about participating in something like this, or have been listening to the critics that don't think they can reach their full potential?
If someone's nervous to try an event, they should just try it. And if they don't like it, we let them sit on the side. We don't make them participate or play in something that they don't want to. Sometimes it takes a couple of times coming to an event, if it's something we do more than once, for them to feel ready to step out and to go out of their comfort zone and experience something new. But it's always really exciting when they do that. They normally get great cheers and great comments from individuals seeing that person who was nervous going out to participate in something that they did not really feel comfortable in, but felt like trying something new. As far as when someone doubts someone's skills, just because someone doubts that you cannot do something, whether you are disabled or not, go out and try to prove those doubters wrong. Break down barriers, try to eradicate stereotypes, and always try to live your dreams. And you should not let people who doubt you stand in your way of achieving your goals and of living your dreams, because if you do that, you're going to let all the doubters win, and the doubters are not worth it. You have to surround yourself with people who want you to be successful and people who want to help you accomplish your goals and to live your dreams.
Yes, for sure. Now, I know that the Beautiful Lives Project is not in Colorado, but are there still ways that listeners in Colorado can possibly get involved with the project or maybe donate?
Listeners could always donate on our website, beautifullives.org. If there are listeners who want to be a chapter president, they could email me or call me and we could help set that up. If there are listeners who want to participate in an event or to host an event, I actually set up events and programs all across the country, even where we don't have chapter presidents, because I'm really good at finding people to go or finding someone to host an event if I have people who want to do something. So I'd probably be the best one they could contact because I could work on setting up whatever they need or finding people to go to an event if I have a host who wants to host something in our categories, whether that's a cheerleading coach, dance coach, sports team coach, or maybe somebody who owns a zoo or even has a nature trail. I know Colorado has a lot of skiing and hiking and very good nature programs out there. So that might be a good state for some nature events. So my number is 812-899-5673, 812-899-5673. My email is bryce@beautifullives.org, BRYCE@beautifullives.org.
That is great. And that's so creative. Colorado is such a great nature place, and it would be awesome to have a program like that here. So thank you for sharing that idea and that information. Now, when you emailed me, you talked about how you wanted to give inspiration to people, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. I think it has everyone feeling a bit down and confused. And you touched on this a little bit earlier. But what would you say to people who are just concerned about the state of the world right now?
Try to find things that make you feel happy every day. Try to do things to help other people. Reach out to individuals who you have not reached out to in a long time. Go say thank you to all the workers who work at grocery stores or McDonald's or Burger King, or clean the bathrooms, or do things such as that at various hotels and other businesses, because those people should have gotten thanked their entire careers doing this, but now they are getting thanked because people realize how important and how valuable all these roles are. So try to make up for the lost time when you didn't thank those people if you didn't do that before. And if you did do that before, that's super fantastic. Keep on doing what you're doing and encourage others to do the same, because everyone's job is important, no matter if they are the CEO of a company or the person who takes the trash out of trash cans or who runs a a some other type of business or company, because without everyone pitching in to do their job, whether it's large or small, the world would not be able to function as a cohesive group.
I love that. And I so agree. Thank you so much, Bryce. And again, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. What else would you like listeners to know about the Beautiful Lives Project or about your story in general?
The Beautiful Lives Project really works to help people to live their dreams. And while we have 5 categories, if somebody wanted to take part in an event or program that wasn't in one of our categories, such as maybe specialized cooking class or something that wasn't in our 5 categories, I'd be willing to try to set up that type of an event. Or if I have an event host who wants to host an event that doesn't fit in our 5 categories in some way, which is kind of hard to do, but I guess it could happen, then if they wanted to host that event, I would find people to go and maybe we'd add it to one of our categories or things like that.
And what else would you like them to know about your personal story and just how you worked to overcome challenges to get where you are today?
Don't let obstacles and challenges stand in your way. And if there are people who are doubting you, you should just try to find people who want to help you be successful. If I didn't have people who helped me be successful, I wouldn't have been able to do all the things that I've done in my life. And a person does not have to be famous or even, have lots of articles or Twitter followers or connections to impact someone's life. Whenever I was in college at Evansville, I had many Evansville students who would help me with getting my food in the cafeteria or going to shoot free throws in the Evansville practice gym, or even guiding me through the Evansville campus when it was raining or snowing so I did not get lost or fall down because of the wet sidewalks. And if it wasn't for those students, I wouldn't have been able to make it through 4 years of college and be able to bridge and to go on to all of the things that I've done now throughout my life. So anyone can impact someone's life. You just have to be willing to try to do it. And just because the first person says no or they don't want your help with something, always continue to ask, because the next person, they might really need your help or they might really need that boost in confidence. And both of you could become fantastic friends for the rest of your life.
Right. So never hesitate to reach out.
Always contact people and always be willing to help someone, even if you don't really know how to do it. I've had people who were scared to guide me because they were blind, because I'm blind, and they said they'd be willing to try. And as long as I told them what I needed and I said I would, and we've became great friends after that.
Well, that is amazing. And thank you so much, Bryce, for taking the time to talk to me and sharing your story. I know it has already lifted my spirits just in these 15 minutes, and I know it will really touch our listeners. You're very inspiring, and it's great to see everything that you're doing and will continue to do.
Thank you so much for having me on. Hopefully we can do this again at some point down the road.
Again, that was Bryce Weiler, the co-founder of the Beautiful Lives Project and a disability consultant for the Baltimore Orioles. To learn more about the Beautiful Lives Project and Bryce's story, visit beautifullives.org.